Good morning, or at least it was morning when I shot this. There's the garage behind us. I'm on my way for my swim before breakfast, and no, it's not that hot here. I'm kind of cheating a bit. You can't see that. I have a suit on. Anyway, it's my birthday, and that is not a thing. I don't want that to be a thing, but it's left me a little bit philosophical, and I wanted to talk to you about a few things. And I've tried this already this week, but I got a bit misty, so you're not seeing that one. I lost a friend in the last couple of days. Tom, the man who came to play with the welder. There's going to be a lot of stairs, by the way, because we're up here and we're going down there and around. Anyway, Tom came to the unit and played with the welder, and Tom was always a generous and decent guy, always trying to where am I looking? Over there. He was always trying to help out and do stuff, and he wanted a car. I'm going to edit this one, by the way, as well. I'm sorry if it's a bit disjointed, but it's the only way to do it. He wanted a Land Rover for a long time, and I went to look at a Land Rover with him. I'm hoping to cut that in. If I do, here it is. It was a V8, a series vehicle with a V8 engine. It was really cool, but it had a massive amount of play in the steering, and I'm used to kind of driving a few Land Rovers with huge play in the steering boxes. And so luckily I took it out of the drive of this guy's house first, because we nearly ended up in the ditch. And when Tom finally took the wheel, I think it genuinely put him off. Anyway, he was talking about a G-Wagon the last time he was talking about a car, so there you go. But what I wanted to say is that Tom didn't expect to be ill. Who does? Nobody expects to be ill. And I don't want it to be one of those pious kind of a thing, so, you know. But the fact is that you don't know what's happening, what's around the corner, and there really is no better time than right now. That's the first thing. The second thing is another fella, and rest in peace, Tom. I'll miss you. But another guy, I won't mention a name, who was kind of in a situation, I won't call it a plight because let's not be too dramatic, but he had wanted a classic car for a very long time, and he was in that situation where the wife, or the other half, let's just make it gender free, the other half wasn't really approving. And there's nothing you can say really other than all being equal, all things being equal, and I stress that, all things being equal, if you give without expecting in return, hopefully your other half does the same and doesn't just take. But all things being equal, nobody should have the right to stand in the way of something that is your potential happiness. So this guy anyway, eventually he went home last week, as I hear it, and he said, I'm not asking you, now in a very nice way, this was not a bone of massive contention or whatever, but he said, I'm not asking, I'm telling you I'm going to go and buy this car. And he did. And the man is extremely happy, or woman. Anyway, I have to watch where I'm going here, because you might have noticed I'm going down a lot of stairs. So the other thing I wanted to talk to you about is take what you want from all of that. Somebody in the comments said, by the way, I watch your series for the car content and the swashbuckling hair. Well, this is it, unadulterated. And if you look at the last episode, I have at least 2 different heads on me in that episode. Usually if I do retakes, it's because of a major hair issue. Hair not playing ball. Okay, we're almost at ground level here. We're still about 30 feet, 40 feet above the water, but have a look. There's a little boat there somewhere. Where's the boat? Oh, he's right on the point. Can you see him? Anyway, that's a traditional Greek fishing boat. It's called a kaiki. Anyway, the last thing is eBay. Colin Hagan, one of us in the midst here on Patreon, he's been saying to me that I should make a list and tell the patrons that there are things that I need, and not ask for more, but just say, look, put it out there, because you never know what's going to come back. And he's right. But I sat down and thought about it, and I thought, you know what, I'm happy. It's going really good. I'm really grateful for you here. And look, I'll cross bridges when they come to them. There is one thing though, and it sparked off an idea in my head about eBay, because eBay is a funny place. It's a great place if you know how to use it. And I thought I did know how to use it. I was sniping. Sniping, if you don't know what that is, it's you wait until the very last seconds. You watch all the other people who I considered a bit silly, who were bidding like 5 days before. And then you put in your bid literally at 5 or 10 seconds to go so that nobody else has time to respond to that bid. And in thinking about this and in thinking about doing this update and talking to you about Patreon or eBay, I did some research and I realized, no, I was the idiot. The people, I used to see a little phenomenon, because I used to study how the auctions would work. You'd put in your bid and then someone would put in a bid and then they'd seem to put in a second bid, even though they're the highest bidder and they already have a bid. That's the way to do it. The second bid is you decide beforehand, and this is very zen. You decide beforehand, this is how much I'm willing to pay, even if it's over the odds. I want that thing, I'm happy to have it, and this money will not make me as happy as that thing. And you put in that bid, and eBay obviously, bids incrementally. They say they do it. Just the minimum amount above the other person's highest bid to win you the thing. I'm not so sure, because this was all prompted by a steering wheel came up for the Esprit last week, which has happened. That's the third time it's happened since I got the Esprit in, I think, 2015. They are incredibly rare, and this is what I wanted to ask you about. I'll tell you about it in a second. But the steering wheel came up. I decided that I would literally go hungry while I was here. It was 469 and 88 cents or something that I calculated I could spare, and I tried to snipe with that amount. I was beaten by 40 euros by another guy. I was told it was his highest bid and that I was the second highest bidder. So why did eBay put 40 euros on that? Anyway, I haven't seen that lot, and maybe I'm missing something, but these steering wheels, if you're out and about, this is what you could do. It doesn't cost you anything, and I don't feel like I'm asking more of you, because I don't want to ask more of you. But if you're at a car show, if you're at a car boot sale, if you're in a garage and you see a box of parts, if you see a steering wheel, I'm going to cut it in here, that looks like this, these are rare. And what's as rare, and probably rarer, is the boss that attaches this to the here's the beach, by the way. That's where we're going. That's the little beach. It's supposed to be private for the village. Not that this is a private village, but it's kind of secluded and out of the way, and I love it. Anyway, if you see the boss has a 36 tooth spline. It is 5/8 of an inch inner diameter, and it's a 3-bolt boss, which it's this is back in the day. I think only some 60s or 70s cars have 3-bolt bosses, and go-karts. And it has these 3 little kind of fins around the outside of the boss. It's quite recognizable if you can sign it to memory. Those 2 things, rare as hell, and I need them. Anyway, just keep your eye out. That's all I'm asking. Okay, I think that's it. It's really, really long, and I know I wasn't, hitting the camera too much. But there you go. Have a good one. Episode 20. It's already in the edit. It was in the edit directly after episode 19. I usually try and take at least a day off, but no time this time. Episode 19 was very late. So it's on the way. Hope this wasn't too long, too disjointed, or too boring. I'll see you soon.